So we're gonna see how well this setup works. Konnichiwa, Miyagawa. It is Miyagawa Kitsuki. I am your furry ENVTuber representative, and this is Lies of P. I don't know. Okay, so I don't remember exactly.
Lies of
Oh.
P. That's what she said.
thank you for Lies of P. That's what she said. Uh. Yes. But in any case, thank you for resubscribing. 49 months, that's too long. That's. Hold on. 4 years and a month? Um. Okay, wait a minute. I gotta turn the back up. Okay. I'm not sure how I feel about the new mic. Well, this is not a new microphone. It's just closer than what it used to be. It's still the same microphone that I've been using. Hold on, I need to remember how I'm doing this. I just got a crane. You know, you know the, you know those the boom that all the podcasters use. That's what I have. So it's just closer than what it usually is. Um, I don't really like it. What's wrong? Do I sound louder than what I usually than what I used to? Um, okay, so I beat the elephant thing while I was practicing, and I have a new weapon. It's still like the same kind of weapon as the trident, but it's not one of the special ones. So I use different upgrade materials. You sound just a bit further from the mic. How is that? Oh, well, that's because probably because I have the pop filter on. I had the pop filter. Hey, Jacob. So the pop filter is the thing that keeps the percussive noises from being too strong. The p sound. I didn't use it because it was farther. That was because it was farther away. But now that it's close, I put it back on. So if I move the pop filter now, now I probably sound louder. Where did I get the giant pin? I got it. I forget where I got it from. It's. I think I just got it out of a treasure chest. But I'm in a different part of the zoo right now. This is the savannah zone. Go back to the jungle. I'm from the savannah. So this is how. Yeah, this is how I got in. Okay, so I'm going this way. I actually lost. Yeah. Yeah, I have to do something about those things. Oh, okay, there's my trident. I want to have the bow and arrow. Hold on. I need to go back inside so I can do this. Okay. Let's see. So, kind of like having the arrow. Nope. It doesn't reach from here. That's gonna take forever. Okay. I'm resting. reset the aggro. That's not gonna work. Doesn't do. That's ice and not poop. I'm hoping. Yeah, it's very hard. So I'm thinking it's ice or a rock. It's probably a rock. I have to deal with like 3 of these things.
Hello, motherfucker.
Hello, motherfucker. Ouch. I'm actually not sure if this is the better weapon than the trident. I'm just trying it out. Can I break these? No. No, I have to go down. So I have to deal with... Who all is down there? Oh, there's a kangaroo. There's kangaroos down there too. Oh no. Oh no. I gotta deal with the... I gotta deal with the gorilla and the kangaroos. The big kangaroo. That not that one. That one right there. Okay. I have to. I gotta. Because if I fight the gorilla and the kangaroo at the same time, it's going to be bad. And if I can just eliminate the smaller one at least. Oh, that is no damage. I really need to upgrade that. The arrow. Is there any other way that I can enter? Why do they have to put the kangaroo and the gorilla in the same enclosure? Okay. I have to... I gotta make sure that I fight him like back here. What? Oh, really? Why does my puppet string seem much shorter now? Feels like I'm not getting enough distance. Oh, I was not looking. It'd be great if I could stab him in the butt. What? Oh, I didn't get the visceral. Stupid. Press the wrong button. Ouch. Ouch. Okay. Alright. Warming up, people. Warming up. It's gonna be okay. It is going to be okay. Maybe I don't even need a pop filter. Ow. Oh yeah, so the story so far is that we are back in the past. This is the Krot City Zoo. No, I believe we are what we are looking for right now is a lady in red, or a lady with red hair that a dying stalker told us to find and thank for him. And also, if you remember, Romeo, who will become the king of puppets in the future, is also here. Oh, I'm stuck. Understand the charge up for this. I might need to go back to the trident. Shouldn't fix what isn't broken. Yeah, I'll go back to my tried and true. The new Phineas and Ferb season has Vor. Just like literally every other cartoon. That's why so many people have the fetish. There's Vor in like every cartoon for some reason. Have you ever played Cuphead? That's a stupid question. Like, literally every person has played Cuphead before. Cause like the whole game is based off of the classic cartoons of the 40s and 50s. And like every boss in that game has some kind of vor or mouth or oral based attack. Like so many of the enemies involve swallowing things or swallowing Mugman or whoever else, or like swallowing something and spitting it back out, or shooting things out of their mouths. Like every boss in the game. Not every boss, like 95% of them. And after a while, it's like, okay. It's like, chill, guys. I watched the show but not play the game. Have you ever at least seen gameplay of the game? Like watch some other YouTuber or streamer play it? It's quite insane. Like how much vor is in that game. It is, yeah, it came out last year. It's on Netflix. The show. Oh, right. I gotta deal with you. How do I get up to him? I probably have to cross that bridge. But then I still have to fight him. How far can you throw? Pretty far. Okay, so I think this is the only safe spot. Not need to switch from the trident. Oh goodness! Cuphead's main antagonist is the devil, and the devil's main antagonist is a stickler demon who bitches him that needs to collect souls. Who is giving the devil orders? Okay. Alright, I forgot about their stickler, apparently. The devil is the reigning monarch of hell. I mean, you could make the argument that God is the devil's boss. You could make that claim, but it shouldn't be just like another demon. Messing this up. Trident is best weapon for me anyway. Why did I ever let you go, even for a second? Tiny kangaroo, where are you? Oh. kangaroos don't really belong in the savannah either. That's in Africa. Kangaroos are from Australia and only in Australia. Because Australia is the home of criminals, both humans and animals. I want to fight the kangaroo over here. I wonder if I can get to him over there. Oh, this is how. Okay. This is how I get to the gorilla. The trident is still king. Hail to the king, baby. Why did I go down here? In any case. Oh. This is not how I get to him. I need to climb. Oh, I need to climb that one. Okay. I see. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look where you're going, P. Okay. I can fight him over here, actually. And not be... Shoot. Son of a gun. I'm trying to get the drop on him. Okay, that didn't work. Thought that was an attack. Too close. Okay. Jailbreak Kangaroo is dead. The base game weapons is one of the easiest to use. You can get it pretty early. This is the weapon that you get from the scorpion thing. The guy that turns into a scorpion, the priest or whatever he was. Yeah, that's pretty early. Oh, he's small. Oh, goodness. Okay. God dang it. Oh, he died. Okay. I thought it was a big one. That would be more of a problem. Wait, I can't. Oh, shoot. God dang it. There's so many of these towers up here. I thought they were connected. Is that not? Oh, wait. Maybe I have to drop down on him. Is that what it is? I have to go to this one and then drop down? Probably. Oh, but I can't do that. Not from here. Pardon me, who's in here? Okay, so that goes back to the... So I can... This is a shortcut to this part. Then how do I don't think I can jump over this. Yeah. P does not have the hops. P did in fact skip leg day. Secret letter with the Ouroboros emblem. The Ouroboros, the snake eating his tail. Sir Manus, the key has escaped, but the operation proceeds smoothly according to the plan. We never found his hidden absolute commands, but we discovered a way to bypass the Covenant. We now have the ability to force more puppets to follow the will of the Order. My experimental arch-puppets will become the very foundation of the Order's great armies. With this victory, you must see my loyalty to you as absolute. You know, it's gotta be cheaper to just recruit soldiers than it is to build an army of puppets. You know? Everyone's trying to make super soldiers and whatnot, but they go about it in the wrong way, in my opinion. I need to figure out how to get to this monkey. No. Okay, so now I got two of them throwing shit at me. What? Oh, still the same one. It would be great if I could pull him down here. But I still want to get to that chest. Maybe the net. No. Yes. Yes, the net. The net. seen the AI video Trump posted of Obama getting arrested? It's wild. No, I have not. But I am not at all surprised. Broken cutting grind, broken piercing. Though it may a broken special grindstone. Although it may look broken, the core parts are in relatively good condition with the appropriate tools. It may be repaired. Is this a grindstone for making the piercing or cutting part of a weapon stronger? Seems like that might be what it is. Okay. I'm going to go back to the... I'm actually going to go back to the... You know, I wonder... Did he ever... I really don't want to bring this up now. So maybe I shouldn't. Because it actually grosses me out too, just thinking about it. I'm really like going heavy into motivity. Just becoming stronger. Just go over this and then go down on this side. Now that I'm looking at this place, it feels like it's an arena. What? Okay. So this is the savannah, right? This is the savannah portion of the zoo. What animal do you think would be held in an enclosure like this? What animal do you think would be inside of here with these high rock walls and the trees and everything? What does this look like to you? Okay, it's a giant alligator. It's a tyrannical predator. Okay. Alright, there's the boar. Okay, alright. Alright, cool. Okay. Giant alligator was not on my list. I'm gonna be honest. That was not on the bingo card. Although to be fair, it really should have been. Alright, now I'm ready. Now I'm prepared for the giant alligator. that. Uses the tail. It only has one eye. Here comes the tyrannical predator. Okay. It wasn't really attacking that much. I say as it heckin' head slams me into the ground. Oh, I just noticed all the tribal masks in here. Hey, what's the over under on them having bought these masks or taken them by force? What are you betting on? Also, why tyrannical predator? Okay. I honestly didn't think I was gonna be able to block that. Okay. I got eaten again. Ouch. Stop getting eaten. The alchemists are out of control. He knows that this is their fault. Keep going out this way. I need to go up. Okay, that did not go. That attempt did not go well. You remember the Black Cauldron movie? I do. With all the people whose names I couldn't pronounce because whales. That was a weird movie. It was. You know, there's the thing about the Black Cauldron being not successful because supposedly it was really dark for a kids movie. I don't think it was that. I think it was because kids outside of Wales literally could not pronounce any of the characters' names. That is my theory for why it didn't do well for Disney. What? I blocked that one. I'm not surprised it flopped. It is actually a a good a good movie. It's like really there's no reason why like the Black Cauldron shouldn't do well, but then the Secret of Nim should. Killer Croc looks bigger. Yeah, he's been beefing up. He's juiced up on that Bane venom, you know. You merely adopted the savannah. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the grassland until I was a grown man. Secret of Nem was similarly dark to as as the Black Cauldron. Other movies that should have done better. Treasure Planet. Yes, I love Treasure Planet. I watched that like at least like once a week or once every 2 weeks. When I was after it came out, but Treasure Planet got sabotaged by Disney. Cause like I forget who it was that directed it, who had directed it, but it was like a dream. It was like a dream project for that director since like the early '90s, and he was like begging Disney to be able to make it, and Disney was like, no, make this instead, and then he did, and it was successful. And he was like, okay, can I make the Treasure Planet movie now? And Disney was like, no, we want you to do this movie instead. And then he was like, okay, and it was successful. And then he was like, okay, can I do it now? And Disney was like, okay. And then they sabotaged it in the trailers and with the and in the media, so that it didn't do well. Which I don't understand. I don't understand why a company like Disney would purposely sabotage one of their own movies. Cause like if it does well, all it's going to do is make more money for you. Cause like imagine if the movie is actually good and people like it. Then that's just like more tickets and more merchandise that you'll be able to sell. So why would you ever want one of your movies to do poorly? So much so that you would purposely like make it so it doesn't sell. You're only hurting yourselves. It makes no sense to me. This thing is infuriating like that. It just makes no sense. And like Atlantis the Lost Empire deserved better too. That was also another very good movie that didn't do well. Look at John Carter. Actually, a really good movie that Disney marketed horribly. I know of John Carter. And I know the movie, but I did not see that one. Was it actually good? I vaguely remember the trailers for that. Yeah, that didn't do well either. That's the character that Superman was based off of. John Carter of Mars. And like the whole thing with John Carter was that like Mars has less gravity than Earth does. So John Carter, a regular human, goes to Mars and he becomes like a superhero because of the slightly lower gravity that Mars has. Why didn't they name it John Carter of Mars? I don't know actually. Cause John Carter is not a very exciting name, you know. Like you don't look at the name John Carter and think like, oh, this guy's a superhero. You look at John Carter and you think he's the guy that's going to do your taxes or something. If you say John Carter of Mars and you're like, oh, this is a science fiction. I thought it was Mario that was based on John Carter. Well, John Carter could inspire more than one other character. Like I think also Flash Gordon is kind of based off of John Carter. Flash! Savior of the universe! But definitely Superman too. God dang it. This guy keeps chin slapping me. So I'm thinking about John Carter and Superman. Which, by the way, speaking of John Carter and Superman, we can talk about the new Superman movie for a little bit. I actually really enjoyed it. Whoops. It's actually really, really good. And I wasn't expecting too much from it because of the recent track record of superhero movies. But I think this movie better than any other live action depiction of Superman since, I would say, Christopher Reeve captured the character of Superman as well as this most recent movie. And I think that was the most important thing. Like one of my... Hold on. I need to actually get somewhere with this alligator. And then I'll talk about my favorite part of the movie. in midair. My favorite part of the new Superman movie was so most of the movie revolves around a conflict between these two countries. I forget what the countries were named, but they're fictional countries. Fictional countries because DC and all the places are made up in there. Um, but it's this larger country that wants to invade the smaller country on the guise of like, oh, we want to free them from enslavement or whatever, but really they just want their land. And so before the movie begins, Superman gets involved in that conflict, and he sides with the smaller country that's getting invaded. And the leader of the bigger country, he threatens him to get him to not invade before the movie begins. He threatens the leader of the country to keep him from invading. Like, hey, if you mess with this smaller country, you're gonna have to deal with me. And so that leads to like a whole bunch of problems for him and for Metropolis. So he's getting interviewed by Lois, who at this point knows that he's Superman. Like, he's revealed his identity to her and everything. Like, and also, okay, besides that, what I loved about the movie is that this is one of the first Superman movies to assume that you have just even a cursory knowledge of who Superman is. Because every other movie, they go through like a whole origin story, and like, oh, this is who he is, Clark Kent, Superman. Oh, what's his deal, and everything. Like, this movie acts like Superman has been around since the 1920s. Because he has, and everyone around the world knows who this character is. And I appreciated that. We didn't need to be reintroduced to Superman. Storyline. Quite a few people online said it feels like an allegory of Israel and Palestine. Anti-woke tribes were angry over it. It's clearly Israel and Palestine. It is very clearly Israel and Palestine. But that wasn't the point I'm trying to make. Where was I? Oh yeah, he's getting interviewed by Lois, about everything. And Lois asked him about his intervention between those two countries, and she asked him like, okay, like, how did you do it? How did you get the leader of that country to not invade the smaller country? And Superman says like, oh, I took him out to the desert and I held him up against the cactus. Yeah, he said he took him out to the desert and held him up against the cactus. And Superman was like, hey, if you ever try anything with this country again, you're gonna have to deal with me. And Lois was like, "What did you mean by that? Are you saying that you're going to kill him?" And Superman was like, "No, no, I'm just gonna have a strong discussion with him." And Lois was like, "Okay, did you talk to anyone in the government about what you were going to do? Did you get sanction for this? Did you get permission? Did you talk to anyone about this?" And Superman was like, "No, I just intervened." And she was like, "Why?" As people were going to die. And she was like, "Did you consider any of the consequences for what you were going to do? Like, did you think about like the other country's allies, or like how it would get anyone else involved, or like what would happen after this? Like, what was your methodology?" And then Superman was just like, "No, people were going to die. I had to do something." God dang it. And I appreciated that, because that was Lois's line of questioning would be exactly what the internet would say about Superman's actions. Like, "Oh, he can't do this. It would cause a ripple effect. It would cause bigger problems if we just intervene like that." Because that's largely what the meta discussion has been around superheroes for like the past 15 years. Like, especially ever since like Man of Steel and Age of Ultron, like around those days. Um, because comic book movie viewers have aged up, and we started to see like, hey, like this might actually cause more problems if they acted this way. So that's absolutely what the discussion would have been. But that's not the right way to look at it, in my opinion. Man of Steel with the Zack Snyder one, yes, with the famous neck snapping. But yeah, when I was seeing that, I like something clicked for me in the new Superman movie, because that's not how that's not how Superman would behave. How the actual Superman will behave. He wouldn't consider like the political ramifications, or um asking the world leaders like, how should I handle this conflict? What do you need me to do? Superman would look at the situation, say, "Hey, people are going to die if this conflict begins or if it continues. I need to do something to stop people from dying." And so he absolutely would would just fly straight to that country, grab that world leader, hold him against the cactus, and say, "Hey, you need to stop this, or else you're going to have to deal with me," and not think about what happens later. He would just say, "Hey, I stopped this from happening, and I stopped countless numbers of people from dying." And would that create problems? Yes, it would. It absolutely would create problems. But it would be what he would do. Because Superman is not the kind of person that thinks through his actions. He just loves life and would do whatever he can to preserve it, even if it might not be the right decision at the time. What I'm saying is that Superman is a character that has flaws. And like the flaws are what make him who he is. But the important thing about having a character like that is that the character should stay true to who they are, even if it's not like the perfect rational decision, you know? Like that's who characters are. They're flawed individuals, and that's what makes them interesting. But what's important is that they're true to who they are, you know? They don't have to be perfect. They just need to be good, well-written characters. Kind of jumped into his mouth there. Yeah, people did not like the Zack Snyder Man of Steel. Was that Zack Snyder? I think it was Zack Snyder. Because for some reason in my head I thought it was Christopher Nolan maybe, but no. That was Zack Snyder. But besides the ending of that movie with him killing Zod, people didn't like that one because Superman was kind of a jerk. Not kind of a jerk, but really a jerk. Like, there's a part in the beginning of the movie, where Superman as Clark Kent, or just like a regular guy, is in a bar, and this trucker is being a jerk to him. He like throws something in his face or whatever, and Superman just like brushes it off. Like, okay, it's not a big deal. I'm gonna be the bigger man here, not fight back. And you're like, oh, like that is what Superman would do. He wouldn't be petty like that or anything. He would just like take it on the other cheek and turn the other cheek and just like walk away. You're like, okay. But then later the trucker goes outside and his truck is like impaled on a bunch of telephone wires, on a bunch of telephone poles, and you're like, okay, that's not how Superman would behave. He's not a petty asshole. And also, like, whatever that trucker was delivering, now it's just not going to show up to wherever he was going. So Superman just like fucked over whatever grocery store or restaurant needs to get their shit for service. Because he didn't like the way the trucker was talking to him or whatever. Like, it was a funny scene, but it was not. That's not the kind of person that Superman is. crocodiles and alligators don't have tongues. Well, that's not true. They do. They just can't move them. I feel like I'm having a discussion with myself. Did you know this? Wait, that's not true, Mia. Oh, I'm sorry, Mia. Sometimes I get my facts incorrect. Being up against the wall with this guy. But he forces me up against the wall like every time. I think we'll get a new Wonder Woman movie with this new DCU. I don't know, actually. I don't know what direction what's his name? I cannot remember names anymore. It's actually starting to worry me how easily I forget names. The CEO of, not the CEO, but the person in charge of the DC movies now, Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know. James Gunn. Yeah, how did I forget his name? Jesus Christ. I don't know what direction he wants to take this now. Whether he's still going for the shared universe thing, or if they're just going with the let's make good comic book movies. Traded damage. Sounded like they were just gonna make standalone movies instead of a shared universe, which I could get behind if that's the direction they decide to go with. Me too. At this point, we've seen, like, we've reached the peak of what shared universe could be. Could end up becoming with Avengers Endgame. Like, it's never gonna get beyond that. And it's never going to be better than that at this point in time. Like that's the peak right there. And every attempt after that, including what Marvel is trying to do now, is not even close to reaching that height because they're rushing too much. But they're not taking the time to actually do this correctly anymore. So if we just get good standalone movies, I would be perfectly okay with that. I think everyone else would be okay with that too. I think everyone is really burnt out with the shared universe. Oh, Brett, you're one good eye, huh? Oh, wow, he really rode over. I was about to say I was getting used to fighting this guy. But they really nailed Superman's character in that movie. But also there was kind of a weird twist in Superman that I don't want to spoil. Although you might have already seen the spoiler if you're in my Discord. But for the larger audience watching this stream or the VOD afterwards, I don't want to spoil it for you. But I wonder how the internet has taken it, because I haven't really been looking at the response. And I thought that with the twist, it would be like a haha, gotcha kind of thing. But no, the twist is actually real. And it kind of makes me think that James Gunn has an issue with a particular thing, because it's not the first time that a twist like that has been presented in one of his movies. It is not the first time. This is like the third time that that particular twist has shown up. It's kind of worrying. Someone needs to do a wellness check on James Gunn. am getting better. Getting used to his pattern a little bit. Also, I'm assuming the giant monster's gender again. I apologize. Does anyone live near a micro center? It's a computer parts store. They like really only sell computers and computer accessories and tablets and things like that. When he pushes me up against the wall. It's an environmental hazard. But I don't know how long the Micro Center has been around, but I only recently started seeing them, like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. They've probably been around for longer, but the stores are very inconspicuous. Like, they blend in with the shopping center around them. But it basically, it feels like a Best Buy for people that are younger than 30 years old. And they have the same kind of annoying salespeople that where like 10 different people will ask you the same question over and over again. Like, oh, do you need help with something? Are you looking for something in particular? Like, no, just looking around. Okay, tell me if you need anything. Hey, are you looking for something? Do you need help with something? Do you have any questions? No, I got it, thank you. Okay, let me know if you need anything. Hey, do you need... It's like that, like, over and over again. If you spend more than 5 minutes in there, it's really annoying. But I got this, I got the microphone arm from there. The boom arm. I got the microphone arm from there. And I've been shopping there for a couple of things for a couple years now. I think they're pretty reasonably priced on everything. But when I go in there, I get the distinct feeling that everyone in that store, everyone who works there and everyone that shops there listens to the Joe Rogan podcast. It's a weird vibe. Like, I didn't hear anything. Like, I don't hear people talking about politics or anything when I go in there. But it's just the vibe that I get in that store, that everyone in there either A, listens to Joe Rogan exclusively, or B, is invested in crypto in some fashion. I don't know how else to describe the feeling of that store, but that's what it feels like.
Sports.
It's in the game. That's what it feels like going in there. think your issue is doing that jump attack because it does nothing. That's not really the issue. Like, yeah, when I do it, it does nothing, but because he just moves backward when I get close to him. That's not the issue. The issue is me not guarding properly when he attacks. And also getting pushed up against the wall. It's a shame there's no gas pipes that he can chomp on. Like an RE2. Oh man, can you imagine Joe Valentine with the Trident of the Covenant? Okay, I didn't think he was gonna turn around. I bet you enjoy getting pressed against the wall, not by a giant alligator. If the alligator was hot, then yeah, sure. But this alligator is not hot. It has a bunch of weird purple tentacles coming out of his back. And would I like him to swallow me whole? Yes, but not this alligator, not in this context. You know, there's a Vor comic. I forget the name of the artist, but it's a comic with these mice, these marsupials. I think it's a mouse, a dog, and an alligator. No, it's a mouse, a donkey, or a horse, and an alligator, and the mouse is driving, and they pick up this alligator that's hitchhiking, and the alligator fucks and eats the donkey, while the mouse has no idea what's going on in the back seat. The alligator and the donkey are in the back seat, like fucking each other, and then the alligator eats the donkey afterwards, and the mouse has no idea what's going on in the back seat, and it's very strange. What are my thoughts on Supergirl? What am I hoping for it? I'm hoping for a good story. Cause okay, Supergirl does not have as clearly defined of a character as Superman does in my mind. So I think like any interpretation of her would be okay. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a bunch of Supergirl stans out there that are like, no, she's like this and she acts like this. She has this kind of personality. Fuck you. And they're like that, and I'm like, okay, but whatever character she has, it's not like Simps. It's not like she has as notable and storied a character as Superman does. She just simply hasn't been around for as long as he has. So I'm interested in the way James Gunn has portrayed her as like a party girl that doesn't really have control over her life or her dog. So I'm curious as to where they're going to go with that. I'm curious to see him open to it. I will say I haven't seen, her portrayed in that fashion. Party girl Kara could ruin. She literally could. Non-party girl Kara could ruin you, honestly. It's like, oh, that's why Crypto has behavioral issues. Would be about her stopping her constant partying to take responsibility and be a hero. I mean, maybe it could be that, but I would kind of be disappointed if that's the direction it goes, because it's kind of obvious. Like, she's irresponsible, and then at the end of the movie, she becomes responsible. I don't know. I would hope for something a bit more different. But you know, we'll see. I'm not sure if she's just having fun or partying as her coping. Yeah, literally nobody knows. She was on screen for like 5 minutes. Are you expecting to get a clear view of the kind of person she is in just 5 minutes? She walked in, crypto beat her up, and then she left. That's the extent of what we know about this version of Supergirl. We know she's an irresponsible dog owner. That's also true. That is true, we do know that. If Kara came back early, Lex would have died. That is. I don't think she would have. She probably would not have stopped at just threatening Lex. Also, one thing I don't understand is exactly why they changed the name of LexCorp to LuthorCorp. I mean, okay, it could also be named that, but why? Why did they change it from his first name to his last name? I don't understand exactly why after like 90 years of Lex Luthor's corporation being called Luthor Corps, being called Lex Corps, they changed it to Luthor Corps so they can include his dad later on. Maybe that could be why. The eye. That was not perfect. Plus, with Luthor Corps shut down, later on Lex can return with Lex Corps. Like, yeah, it's a totally different company now. I mean, the same guy still runs it, and it's the same name, but no, it's totally different. We've cleaned up our practices. Oh my god, that is exactly how it would happen in real life. You're probably right. Like, yeah, it's, we're deeply sorry for what we perpetrated with literally tearing the world apart just so I can get around faster and also have like an interdimensional prison in between everything. But we're a totally different company now. Look, I grew hair or something like that. Which, by the way, why does Mark Zuckerberg look like Napoleon Dynamite now? Cause he had like the short buzz cut for years. And then like 5 or 6 years ago, he like got that bushy curly hair thing going on. What the fuck is he doing? Cleaned up our practices, the bald, hateful man drawing hate porn of Superman in the corner. You know, I was thinking about something. This Lex Luthor is a very topical villain to have nowadays. Because it's like, in the comics, Lex Luthor hates Superman because, according to him, he shows how weak humanity is, that we need an alien to protect us from dangers, and he doesn't like that. You know, I get it, that's a good villain to have against Superman, right? We shouldn't have aliens dictating how we live our lives and protect ourselves. But in this current climate, it's like Lex Luthor says the same thing. Like, Superman shows how weak we are as humanity, and we shouldn't have society dictated by the whims of an alien. But meanwhile, he's a billionaire that's trying to dictate society. So it's bad when an alien does it, but it's not bad when a billionaire does it. So another point in the movie, Lex is talking about having this unelected alien dictating foreign policy, and meanwhile he's an unelected billionaire trying to dictate foreign policy. That's a great villain to have these days. In the TV show, Lex Luthor held on to kryptonite for years, so he could use it against Superman. This is then a surprise: a radioactive rock gave him cancer, and he goes and blames Superman on him getting cancer. Okay, that's your fault, Lex. Pushed up against the wall is death. His foreign policy was so he had an excuse to kill Superman. He didn't care what happened to the invasion, just that he had an excuse. Yeah, but he was still trying to dictate foreign policy. Whatever the ends were, the means were still the same. And also, with that foreign policy, he was still have gotten control of that country in order to get his in order to start like his mining corporation, whatever, or to get the minerals out of that country. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Starting an invasion in order to get rare earth minerals. I did like a perfect guard. Stay in the center. Ah, the wall, the tree. The animated show looks like a fake presidency campaign just to piss off Superman at work. This isn't actually become president because he'd have to give up too much power. Before the New 52, Lex Luthor actually did become president. In the comics, he was president for a while. becoming president in Lego Batman 2, it didn't work because they used Joker's gas, but ended up with Joker almost becoming president. Why? What? Why would he use Joker gas? How would that help becoming president at all? Joker's gas because they basically become slave zombies while under it. He wrote Joker out of jail, then they made the gas because Lex thought he could use it for himself. Joker and Thomas only called to him until people started chanting for Joker as president. That's not what Joker gas does. Joker gas just makes you laugh until you asphyxiate. It has nothing to do with mind control. What the hell are they doing in the Lego DC universe? They're taking some creative liberties over there. What am I doing? Woo! It's a Lego Batman game. They made the Joker gas kid-friendly. I don't know why in the Batman animated series, the one for kids, made by the Koreans in 1991 and 1992, they made the Joker guys do exactly as it was intended. Laughing until you literally choked to death. They didn't care about being kid-friendly back then. Oh, the fairy guy in Luther's Pocket Universe. It's called Mr. Handsome, and Lex has a framed photo of it on his desk. Why? Why does he have that? It's like the president in Shadow the Hedgehog having a framed picture of Sonic and Shadow on his desk. And like caressing it lovingly. He thinks about them. Like, why? To remind himself he's playing God, I guess. So I liked how Lex Luthor had like a bunch of very specific moves planned for fighting Superman, just to show like how much he has been watching watching Superman like all for like such a long time. He had like a bunch of very specific moves just for beating him. and that the last and that the first move 1A is just holding him down and punching him in the face over and over again. That was the first move that he thought of. 1A. It's just holding him down and punching him in the face over and over again. 1A, 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 1A. 1A, 1A. Very sad about this day. I think 1A is simply just punching him. Holding him down is optional. Oh, I feel like that has to be part of it, right? Well, probably, yeah. Like holding him down is one move, but then the 1A is just punching him in the face. Yeah. I like how he had to have that move had to have a designation. Like it couldn't just be like a basic thing. He had to name it something. Otherwise the guy wouldn't have done it. Eddie Brock in Spider-Man 3 was a bigger hater because he went to ask a guy with tears in his eyes to kill a regular ass reporter because Eddie forged pictures. Yeah, Eddie Brock was a bitch in Spider-Man 3. Like he's such a cool villain in the comics and the TV show, but in Spider-Man 3, because like the thing with Spider-Man 3 is that the director wanted to bring the Vulture, wanted to make the Vulture the main villain of the movie, because he came from that age of comics, from like I think the 60s and the 70s, and the Vulture was like his favorite Spider-Man villain, so he wanted to use him for the movie. But then Sony was like, no, we gotta appeal to the kids, man. who the kids like. They like Venom. We want to have Venom in the movie, but the director didn't really understand Venom at all, because he didn't grow up with him as the Spider-Man villain. He grew up with like the Vulture and Rhino and like those guys. But he didn't really get Venom, so he just kind of threw him in there and didn't really know how to handle him. Sam Raimi didn't want to use Venom. He was forced to use him. Yeah. That's the short version of what I said. He really wanted to use Vulture. Then he was also forced to put in like 2 other villains or something. The Sandman, and who else was in it? It was Venom, Sandman, and there was one other villain in there. I cannot remember who it was. Wasn't there someone else? Someone else in Spider-Man 3? Son of a gun. I'm completely blanking. But I know it was 3 villains. Or I might be thinking of the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I feel like there was one other villain in Spider-Man 3. Sandman was actually written very well. Because Sam Raimi actually liked the Sandman. Ah, how did he get me that time? Oh, I've been fighting this thing for an hour and a half. I'm not stopping until I beat it. go back to the jungle. I'm from the savannah. Close, I couldn't see where he was. I really feel like I should be doing a podcast with this setup. Oh my goodness. The timing is just off by a little bit each time. But that little bit means a lot. This alligator is my life right now, just like the elephant was. I just tried to show Sambuca. Yeah, the Romana Sambuca. It's it has a weird spelling. It has that Greek V thingy in it for some reason. It's like completely clear, and it has a strong taste of licorice. That sounds about right. I've never actually had Sambuca on its own before. Is it licorice? Is it licorice like Jägermeister, or is it something different? Jägermeister is vile, but I love it. If you're not gonna attack, that works for me. Something different, I think. but it is a really strong taste. I might have to try that on its own. The Romana Sambuca. Or the Romana Sambivka. You look at the game I recommended, date everything. I did. I don't know if I'm really interested in that. You know, if people want me to play it, I might give it a try. I was so close to that. You don't want to ditch your dirty pile of clothes or your toolbox. I can't say that I've ever had the desire. I've never looked at my toaster and been like, maybe it has two holes. They're wide and flat, but maybe. Could be fun. I suppose it would be good to wait for a sale. Yeah, If it drops like really low, I might pick it up. But I can't say I have a desire to spend my money on a game where I date random objects around my house. That was bad, guard. Fucked over now. Why every time with a little bit of health? Just see what the toilet is like. I don't want to know what the toilet wants. I really don't want to. I really know. The last thing in my home that I would want to do is the toilet. good. We're good. We're good. We're fine. It just does that. It just backs up very slowly and doesn't attack. I do need water, but I can't drink right now. I'm fighting an alligator. Wait, is it the alligators that who show their teeth when they close their mouths, or is it crocodiles? Every time. It's like heckin' clockwork. Haha, I'm a puppet, get it? Gears and whatnot. Oh, but let me drink some water. Thank you. You know, I have been drinking more water and less sugary stuff lately. The result is that I'm more tired throughout the day because I've been drinking less sugary stuff, but I'm sure that it's better for me to be doing this. did I attack him then? Like, I don't have all of his patterns memorized, and I know exactly what he's going to do. I could have won 3 times now. Look at all of these stolen African artifacts. Give Africa their shit back, imperialist nations. Jesus Christ. Oh, that eye is blind. The other one. Its left eye is blind. The right one can still see. It's normal. As normal as it can be on a giant tentacle dial. Or tentaligator. So I don't remember, because between the alligator and the crocodile, one of them shows his teeth when his mouth is closed, and the other doesn't. And I don't remember which one it is. Jump. That's the first thing he's caught me in a while. You know, at this point in the VOD, if you're still watching, you can just skip ahead to the part of the video where I beat it. It's gonna be somewhere towards the end of the video. You'll see me celebrating like, yay, I finally got him, yay! If you haven't skipped to that part yet, then I don't know why you're still watching. I assume that's what the one or two people that watch these VODs do. That part was not here. I keep going out here. Little rock right there. The walls are the most dangerous thing in this arena, besides the giant reptile. Can't I just stand on top of the alligator's head and keep his mouth from opening like Steve Irwin? I was kind of confused about where I went to go. Okay, that's not bad. At least I survived. off with that one. Very off, very off. I was misreading certain things. I never understood in this game what the point was of telling me the weather of each area. Does that affect anything? Because something like this, like clear day, foggy day, rainy day. Does it really matter what the weather is? Backed up against the wall again. Gotta try and stay in the center. If I'm up against the wall, this my whole field of view is just crocodile. Really gotta lock in. Okay, that was not being locked in. I was trying to lead him to destroy the debris. Which I guess he did. I just didn't want to be taken out along with it. How do this is gonna seem like a non sequitur because it is, but how do firefighters verify whether or not someone is inside of a burning building before they begin extinguishing it? Because you can't just unload like a bunch of water into a building if there's like someone still inside, right? They have to. Do they have to go in every time and see if there's someone inside? And they're like, all clear. Let's start extinguishing. And then at the same time, how do they see like what kind of fire it is? Like, is it a wood fire, an electrical fire? Like, a house might be on fire, but it might be because there's a lithium car in the garage. Do they just like open up the garage and see like, hey, like what, like is this coming from the car? What kind of car is it? Like, a car might be on fire, but it might be a gas fire or it might be a fire from a lithium battery. And like that makes a big difference as to what kind of extinguisher you use on it. I'm curious. It's something I haven't really thought about before. Why am I thinking about it right now when I'm fighting a giant alligator? I couldn't tell you. My mind works in mysterious ways, just like God. There are two professions in this world that I respect above all others. The first one is firefighters. The second is truck drivers. The firefighter thing should be obvious, but truck drivers I respect because driving a truck is so difficult. Truck driving is not easy at all. Can you imagine having to back up a trailer into a garage? Or, like, having to switch lanes on a busy highway when none of the cars want to let you in front of them? And not just losing your patience and just running cars off the road. Because I think I would do that. It's like, screw everyone, I need to get into this lane. And you won't let me in. stop it. Sure, keep not attacking. I don't mind. Aww. Woo! Truck drivers are the backbone of the country. I took a big risk with that. Woo! Finally! Okay, people that skipped ahead in the VOD, you can come back now.
The size of that thing! Is that how big they normally get?
No, dumbass.
Anyway, that was a huge takedown, buddy.
Unless...
I say you're pretty good at this.
Unless it turns out that we've actually been really small this whole time, and everything else is normal size. Like, what if Krot is just a toy city? Shut up, Jiminy. Does anyone like Jiminy? Well, I guess like some people do like him, but there are only people that really like Jiminy and people that really hate Jiminy. there are no in-betweeners. Huh. Oh.
My eternal master rules this city. Markiona. You cannot enter without her permission. My master will kill you. Halt.
Markiona, my master will kill you. Why does the puppet have cakes? You need Markiona's key. I see. Let's just explore a bit of this area, since I've been doing nothing but fighting an alligator for like 2 hours. I really need vigor. Let's see. We can do... I'll do this. Oh, I need 2 more. There we go. That is a very useful feature that every Souls-like game needs to have. Just the ability to use your to get more souls in the level up screen, so you don't have to back out. A very nice quality of life adjustment. Oh, those are people. You know, we've become kind of desensitized to it in video games like this. But there's always like a point in the game where there's like a bunch of dead bodies in the ground. Most of the time we don't pay attention to it, but like these were living people and their corpses are just scattered all over the place. It's like, oh, another corpse if we register it at all. Greenhouse interior, cloudy day. Well, it was a clear day just like 5 minutes ago. And now it's a cloudy day.
This zoo is my domain, and you dare disturb it with your troublemaking, your ructions, your mischief. It's a wonder you've got this far, but abandon all hope of leaving here alive.
Oh, an arch puppet. Why is she walking like that? Oh. Okay. Oh. So that's why they have the legs. My goodness, you're doing too much. Oh, I broke her stance. Okay. Alright, cool. Why do these puppets look more futuristic than the other ones? Than the ones in the future? Why is she posing for the deer? Reminds me of the sexy ballerina robots from Atomic Heart. All I know about Atomic Heart is that it's very horny for no reason. They're all kicks. They just kick people to death. Jesus. And normal people do not have the capsules to restore health once they've been kicked. So when they get kicked by a robot like that, they just explode. Strangely, it's the vending machine that's the horniest. I mean, yeah, you reach inside of it and pull stuff out. First, you put first you put money into the coin slot and then you reach in and pull things out. How are you not supposed to get? How are you not supposed to get horny? Oh, someone's shooting me. Oh, how is it still reaching me? First of all, who was shooting at me? Second of all, how are they shooting me from behind the wall? Okay, it was a mistake to put myself through. It is rather uncomfortable how horny she is. Did the creators of that game, did they just look at the internet and be like, hey, you know what gamers love? Sexy things. Let's make a game of sexy things, but everything is a robot. Is that like the reasoning behind it? It does feel like they realized how much people like the ballerinas and just went with it. Like the notes they got back from playtesting were just like, you know, I like the ballerinas. Can we make them hornier? Like all the notes they got back from the game were just like, make it sexier. And they just listened to that. She's fast. Oh, it's these guys. There's just one dude and all of these Taekwondo robots. all those women in an enclosure? I think I remember that enemy. Oh, yes. I vaguely remember you.
Impressive handiwork. I've seen something like this before.
Impressive handiwork?
Wait.
You mean the corpse?
Ever heard of the legendary stalker? If not, just keep going. I'll explain later.
The legendary stalker. With the guy that tried to assassinate Ronald Reagan to get that actress's attention. Someone's losing their shit in there. Really didn't want to deal with you. And do a move that puts you on your stomach. Emergency directive number 1. This is an emergency directive from the Order, set to the highest priority. Intelligence gathered indicates that the puppet currently heading to Krat Zoo could significantly affect the Order's plans. Specific details cannot be shared, but the leaders have confirmed the continued autonomous operation of the target poses a significant threat to our future. Marchiona and the Alchemist under her command are hereby ordered to stop the target's advance at all costs. Any puppet acting alone must be considered a threat. Emergency Directive number 1 is now in effect. So is that me? Or is this somebody else that's like ahead of me? Oh, you really fucked up that gorilla, didn't you? There's another. find out, I guess. I feel like I should go back. Climb up onto that part. Doesn't seem like it. I can't go through here. I can't go that way. Seems kind of strange, but these are the brakes. No time to attack. Ah, yes. Slow moving ball of energy. Oh, of course. Of course. I'm acting like this is my first Souls-like game. Of course there was someone else waiting right there. What is wrong with me? Okay, so I'm actually gonna make this the stopping point right here. And we'll continue to exploring the greenhouse area and probably getting to Maricona next time. So the next stream will be at the end of the week. It will be nine souls. We'll be playing that on Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So join me for that on Friday. We will be exploring the Empyrean district. I think is the next area. The next area after G, the Kunlun Immortal. So yeah, it'll be fun probably, or there'll be a lot of tears. Either way, it'll be entertaining for you all. But until then, thank you all so much for joining me today. Please follow if you haven't already so you do not miss out on all this awesome content. And until next time, Ja Mata. Farewell everyone. Bye bye.